It's been here.
About 2 years now?
2 years?
Yeah.
I've never been on this side of the street. I've always been on that side of the street. I've never seen the East Main Street. Kind of got confused getting here.
Yeah, it can be a little confusing, the parking is very bad. Okay, I'm Lori Peston, I'm Vice Chair of the Candidates and Elected Officials for the Cherokee County Republican Party, and Harry Abrams is here as one of our committee members for the vetting committee. And we are here to ask you some questions in reference to the position that you are running for, which is State Senate of District 14.
Yes, ma'am.
And we really appreciate your cooperation in trying to being here and being interviewed. It's very important for the benefit of our voters. First of all, you know that you're being videoed, and this video will be shown on the Cherokee County website, and it will be up for voters and everyone to be able to review if they care to. It is being protected, so it can't really be sent anyplace else, and I just wanted you to make sure that you're aware of that and that it's okay with you.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, what we're going to do is go ahead. We have 25 major questions. These questions have all been brought in from the community. We've had about 250, close to 300 questions submitted to us.
Wow.
And there's a great interest in this vetting process.
Sure.
And then we have narrowed it down to some questions in reference to the Constitution, the financial responsibilities, and so on, and then direct questions to you as a state Senate candidate.
Okay.
And that's what we're going to ask you today, some questions, 25 actually, in reference to different areas of what you will be presenting and what you'll be responsible for. Okay? So, Harry, do you want to get started with the first question?
Sure, thank you very much for coming and working with us to make sure we could get this done properly. Are you currently a member of the Cherokee County Republican Party?
No.
No. You are a member of the Republican Party and
Yeah.
Party. How do you see your involvement going forward regardless of the outcome of this election? As far as...
For myself,
Correct.
I plan to keep running until the next year. This was a plan that I made from the beginning, was that to run for this seat. The special election came up, and I decided that I needed to be involved in the special election as well.
Okay.
Okay. Please describe 3 pieces of legislation you would like to see passed in your first term, whether creating a law or removing or amending an existing law.
I believe that we need the 411 connector, more localization on education, and we need to make sure that the communication for businesses of whatever laws are passed is clearly communicated, and that's not what's happening right now.
Okay.
What state Senate committees would you like to serve on or lead? And what do you think are the most important issues for those committees for 2014?
It's a great question. I'd love to be on the Finance Committee. I'd love to be on the Transportation Committee and Education. They all circle around each other, so the better that we can get transportation, it's going to help drive the economic forces for property and then help fund schools so that we can, so it's a well-rounded circle there.
Okay. What characteristics and qualities do you believe are important for the state Senate candidate?
I think all candidates need to possess honesty, transparency, and be able to give the best answer that they can, whether it's right or wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. Based on your understanding of the Georgia Constitution, what do you believe is the role of a state senator should be, or what the role should be?
Is to have the district's constituents at mind and heart first, and to have the conviction to be able to look out for their best interests.
What is your position on the bill to make certain offices such as sheriff, district attorney, county commissioners, county clerk, nonpartisan?
That's a great question. I think they should be partisan. I think that we should keep them either Democrat or Republican. If I'm understanding the question correctly.
Okay, let me read it again. What is your position on the bill to make certain offices, such as sheriff, district attorney, county commissioners, county clerk, nonpartisan?
I'd be against that then.
Are you in favor of term limits?
Yes, I am. I'm in favor of making sure the right people stay in that position. But if we follow the Constitution, then term limits wouldn't be a problem anyway.
What is the purpose of the Second Amendment, and do you believe that federal gun control laws are constitutional?
Yes. I believe we have the right to bear our arms.
Okay, Harry?
What does the 10th Amendment mean to you? Do you believe that states have the right to nullify unconstitutional federal laws?
I believe they do.
In your opinion, who was our greatest president and who was our worst president?
Well, your pen says it all there. Reagan is
How about it?
my favorite. I would think Jimmy Carter wasn't too good.
Okay, Harry?
Do you believe that the 17th Amendment is a good or bad thing? And if so, why?
Can you refresh me on what that exactly is?
All we can do is repeat the question.
Question.
Okay.
Sorry.
Then, without knowing exactly what it is, I don't have an answer for you.
Okay. Are there any conditions under which you would advocate either raising existing taxes or implementing new taxes?
I think, so you're basically asking me, am I for tax raising?
Raising taxes or implementing new taxes?
I'm for making sure that we're fiscally responsible with the taxes that we have to collect, and that the county is properly funded for what's needed. And I'm not for raising taxes in general. I'm for actually working with the spending of those to lower the taxes.
Okay.
Do you believe that the Supreme Court made the right decision in the Defense of Marriage Act case?
No, I believe that if I'm understanding how that went, and the details are fuzzy, I'm not for, I believe marriage is a sacred thing, and it needs to stay between man and woman.
What is your stand on immigration, securing the border, and amnesty?
I think we need to have a secure border. I'm for legal immigration. I think the country was founded on that. As long as it stays legal, and then for people that are currently here, it's not fair for them or us right now in this position. I'm not for a complete amnesty. I think there needs to be a different way to go about that. But I'm not for just turning the cheek on that either.
Okay.
What is your position on the food insecure programs?
Is that regarding taking the ingredients off the labels?
No. It's food stamps.
Oh, okay. Then it needs to be a lot different than the way it is. It's not controlled. It's not what it was meant to be and designed. I believe that people deserve a second chance, but if people can't pass a drug test, people don't have a job and not looking for a job, then there's no reason for them to be in it. It's wasting taxpayers' dollars.
Okay. Do you support Commissioner Hudgens' stance on Obamacare?
I do not believe in Obamacare.
What is the supreme law of the land?
The Constitution.
What is the government allowed to take actions inconsistent? When is the government allowed to take actions inconsistent with or against the Constitution?
When is the government allowed to take actions against the Constitution? I don't think it has the right to do that.
Okay. Are you going to make your campaign filings by September 30th?
I can't.
Are you gonna make your campaign filings with the state by September 30th?
Yeah, everything's been
Oh,
followed
okay.
appropriately, yeah.
Because we're in October now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Time flies and we're having so much fun.
everything's been, yeah.
Filed, okay, good. Do you know what the unemployment rate is in your district?
Not exactly, but from the state's level, it's about 9%.
Okay.
Do you accept donations from outside your district?
How will your decision-making process be affected by lobbyist money?
It should only be affected by our constituents.
Okay.
Please describe the geographic boundaries of your district and how much of your district includes Cherokee County as a percentage.
It's about 57%, I believe. Majority of the district is in Cherokee County. The major cities is Canton, and then you have the precincts of Bridgemill, Teasley, Liberty, Victoria, Dixie, Bascom, and the city of Woodstock's not in, the city of Holly Springs isn't in it. I'm familiar with the district.
Do you believe that it's better for the government to mandate the conversion to alternate energy sources or to allow alternate energy to compete in the free market environment without government mandates or subsidies?
I think everybody should be able to participate in the free market, but it shouldn't be weighted one way or the other by support and subsidies by the government. If alternate energy is going to be in the free market, then it shouldn't have an unfair advantage because of government support.
Do you believe that the Federal Reserve System has been good for the United States? Are there alternatives you prefer?
I think there should be some alternatives. The Federal Reserve System, there's only one of them, and I think there should be more of a free market base to it.
Have you ever voted in a Democrat primary? And if so, please explain.
What are your most important interests outside of your current work?
Business, investments, projects.
Would you work across the aisle to pass a budget?
As long as it works with the constituents, yeah.
Do you support the fair tax or consumption tax or some alternative?
I'm in favor of the fair tax, flat tax.
Okay. Now, just so we're clear, these are the same questions we've asked every candidate that has interviewed, and I'm going to go over some other questions, some tighter questions about finances and so on at this point.
Okay.
Have you ever had any license revoked or not renewed for cause, or been the subject of professional discipline or cited for breach of ethics or unprofessional conduct by any bar association, disciplinary committee, court administrative agency, or other professional group? Or have you been expelled from any organization, and if so, please explain.
I've never been expelled from an organization. I've got, the only ethics thing that I had is this residency that everybody knows about.
Okay. Have you or has any organization or business under your control ever declared bankruptcy or been sued or currently facing liens or other financial issues?
No.
Have you ever been arrested for or convicted for any crime excluding minor traffic offenses?
I have a pending DUI,
Okay.
but nothing other than that.
Please describe one instance in which you faced an ethical dilemma and how you resolved it.
An ethical dilemma? Like, are you saying with finances or in general?
Please describe one instance in which you faced an ethical dilemma and how you resolved it. a matter of ethics?
I'm trying to think of an ethical dilemma that, I mean, this one with my residency. I mean, this is an ethical dilemma, and I've treated it very openly. And
Do you want
I
to
think
get
the
that on
truth
tape?
is gonna.
Do you want to explain that?
Do I want to explain the cause of it, or
The
what's the
situation,
scenario?
yeah, the scenario.
Oh yeah, that's fine. 2011, moved out of my parents' house when I came back from college, and started looking for property around the area, and moved on to a houseboat, and been there for almost 2 years. Last year I found a house. The house was considered condemned, so we tried to remodel it. The remodel didn't work out. Got a building permit, so we tore down the house from building that house up.
Okay. This is your opportunity basically to share anything else you would like to, that has not been addressed. You have 2 minutes.
I guess that was one of the things. I guess something that I would want to say is a lot of people look at my youth as a negative, and I think it's a positive. I think that the experience that I have brought into the businesses and organizations that I've been a part of have been very fruitful and very successful. I don't want to take this job lightly. I want to take it as seriously as every endeavor I've been a part of, and it's the right fit for me.
Anything else? Okay.
Nothing I
Thank you
can
very
think of.
much, Matt, for being here. We greatly appreciate it, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.